So, Doctor Who is over. And everyone has a lot of mixed feelings about it. After the news broke, I put a little bit of like an Instagram poll story on saying, are you sad, are you mad, or are you glad? And I think the majority was sad, but the mad and the glad were pretty much equal and even, and I think that describes the entire situation. I thought I'd just hop on here today and tell you my thoughts and feelings about the whole scenario, because I'm sure lots of you care. If I'm honest, I think this news is a long time coming. Even before Ncuti became the Doctor, I think there were discussions about just leaving it to rest, letting it simmer for a few years, and then coming back to it with a fresh mind, with fresh creatives, to start anew. I think now is the time to do that. I think Ncuti seasons were great. I really, really genuinely do, and I stick by that. I know that's not a popular opinion to have. I had a lot of fun with it, but I do genuinely believe this is for the best. In the wise words of Christopher Eccleston,
sack Russell T Davies, sack Jane Tranter, sack Phil Collinson, sack Julie Gardner.
I do kid. I do think that group of people have brought some of the best stories to Doctor Who in the past. Their peak era was obviously when New Who just began again with Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper, David Tennant. That was peak Doctor Who. I think we can all agree on that. But when they came back the second time, I think it was a case of throwing the same ideas at the wall, but those ideas were 20 years old by now, and we need some fresh faces on the scene. So I'm glad it's out to tender, and all I can hope and pray is that someone with a fresh new mind can come in and sort of give some new ideas, put some new ideas on the table. I hope to God an independent company gets it. I don't want another Disney Plus situation where Disney Plus come in and they've got this huge budget. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Doctor Who absolutely thrives off zero money. Bring back the cardboard cutout Daleks, I say. For example, Blink is regarded as one of the best episodes of Doctor Who ever. And that was on a shoestring budget. They gave Moffat nothing, and it was like, what can I do? I guess I can do these Weeping Angels. That involves no CGI, no actors, because it's just going to be statues placed about strategically. And you know what? It worked. The lack of money forced them to be creative, and it paid off. And I think that's what was the main issue amongst the production nightmare that appears to have been New Who with Ncuti Gatwa onwards. The amount of money just sort of took the spice out of it. I feel like Doctor Who's just meant to be a bit shit and rough around the edges, don't you? It craves the shoestring budget given to them by the BBC, trying to make it work and getting creative with it. And I think putting it out to tender in the hopes that like an independent, fresh-faced group of up-and-coming writers will get to take the torch of Doctor Who and continue it with some new ideas, some new thoughts, some new everything, and mix things up in a way that will work and won't seem like weird for Doctor Who and out of character or like Disney-fied. Now, if it was me, if I was to take charge of Doctor Who tomorrow, here's what I'd do. What I would do is I'd go back to the serial format, because I think that's so fun. There's something really gimmicky about that, and I eat that up for breakfast. So you know the BBC release these like 4-part dramas like once a year, like The Long Shadow, where it's just 4 episodes to make a drama series that's never touched again. That is the series, and they are really good. They're like feature-length films broken up into like half an hour, 45-minute episodes. People lap those up like crazy. So what I do for the next few years, if I was to take on Doctor Who right now, was release some spin-off style serials, like drama series on the BBC that aren't necessarily continuing on the Billy Piper tangent, because I don't think anybody knows how the hell to fix that right now. I would do like spin-offs, like we'd get a Fugitive Doctor story, we'd get like some loose ends. My dream would be Martha Jones in Torchwood serial. Unlikely, very, very unlikely, but just like bits from Doctor Who that are like open threads, like perhaps Clara and me in the other TARDIS going off on an adventure. We could have some really fun spin-offs there. They tried to do that with War Between the Land and the Sea, but it was too much of a big deal series. Like, I do think they should just release these as little, like, Goosebumps stories. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I've just rambled here. I'm thinking of this idea and it's coming out to my mouth directly as I think of it. So I'd release a serial, like Goosebumps-style stories, half an hour, 45-minute episodes, just tangents, open threads from across the universe, until we figure out how the hell to continue the story from where we are. because I couldn't even think of a solution if I tried. All I could think of is if it just like flipped through a couple companions' faces and then eventually went to a new doctor. I don't know how else. Something to do with the Bad Wolf, maybe. They really, really should have just left it with Ncuti Gatwa on the edge of the TARDIS going, credits roll. That's all we needed. One of the greatest things to come out of this whole scenario is the Doctor Who community. I've genuinely never seen such creativity and sense of community where everyone's sort of agreeing with each other on the whole scenario. I don't think anybody's like having like mad beef right now, which is, to my knowledge, which is pretty much unheard of. There's always some sort of discourse. And a lot of my Doctor Who friends are like aspiring screenwriters, actors, producers, and they're doing their own fan series off the back of this news, just to have something in the Whoniverse, fan-made, but I don't think that discredits it whatsoever. And there's so much creativity and the sense of community in these fan series. It's phenomenal, and it's really, really something to be admired, which is why... Gee, my wrist crack then. Which is why I've put together a little project. Context. In the 1980s, when Doctor Who was cancelled for the first time, they released a charity single called Doctor in Distress, where it's super cheesy, Band-Aid style music video where loads of like B-list celebrities, like the lead singer of Bucks Fizz, all get together and they've released this charity single about Doctor Who, and it's the most 80s cringe cheese thing you've ever seen. So naturally I've decided to entirely recreate this video with people from the Doctor Who community, all in aid of the British Red Cross, who I've worked with before. I'll put the donation link in the description of this video as well, so we can get a head start on those donations. It's a charity I've worked with before. They provide relief all over the world. There's so much going on right now, and I chose the British Red Cross because it's got a wide reach, and it's sort of a bit of like a cover-all charity. They provide relief for everyone who needs it everywhere. They are super nice people to work with, and I couldn't be more proud that I'm doing this for charity, guys. Oh, I'm a saviour! Just kidding. Don't cancel me, please. I'm recreating this music video with like people like Crystal D, Gallifrey Cabaret, Carrot, Ellie Littlechild, just to name a few. There's so many people involved with this project, and I'm so unbelievably excited. I've got a lot of work to do on it. Yeah. I'm a bit scared. But in the meantime, Doctor Who isn't totally dead. There's a lot still going on at the moment. There's the whole Fugitive Doctor side series. What's it called? Codebreaker? Something like that, where there's like games and ARGs coming out. It's madness. I think that's a really exciting project. Of course, all the Big Finish audios we've got coming out. Like, Doctor Who is not dead. The series might be over, but so much other media is being brought out in the meantime, so be sure to check all that out if you're craving your fix of Doctor Who. Other than that, I think I've covered everything that I want to cover. These are my thoughts. I think it's a good thing. I think it's brought out creativity in the community. I think it's a good time to let Doctor Who breathe, and I'm really excited for the future of it. Like, comment and subscribe for more videos. I say this in every YouTube video and then never do it. I'm going to get better at posting long form content. I'm going to post more frequently on here. If I remember. Not just Doctor Who content either. Other cosplay content, conventions, nerdy stuff in general, baby. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!